Part 9. Kamla noticed Srimati growing increasingly withdrawn. She wondered whether it was because Vandana was engaged. It was a natural for any girl of marriageable age to think of herself in the same situation. There was no doubt that Shrikant's recent visit had made her more restless. Kamla was aware of her daughter's friendship with Shrikant and also of their meetings and letter writings, but she had neither encouraged nor opposed it. She knew very well that her daughter was a sensible and mature girl. She would not do anything foolish. Like all mothers, she also thought about Srimati's marriage. And if by chance Kamla did not, her mother in law Rindaka was there to remind her about it every passing day. With a taunt, Kamla sighed, wondering whom she could discuss this matter with. Her husband was quite irresponsible. It was pointless talking to him about it. It was a full moon night. Everything was quiet. Kamla was sitting alone on a stone bench, deeply immersed in thoughts of her daughter. Ava, what are you thinking? Is it about me? She had not seen Srimati come up. Ah, yes, yes. About you and your future. Why, you are about to complete your MA. What next? Ava, that is what I want to discuss with you. Is it about your marriage? Kamla interrupted Srimati. Srimati was surprised. How did you guess? Is it with Shrikant? Did he say anything during his recent visit? Yes. Kamla fell silent. Srimati was perplexed since she had been sure her mother would agree at once and with pleasure. Why, Ava? Don't you like him? Is it not correct? He is a good boy. We have known him for several years. Are you worried that he is still too young for marriage or that he is not yet working? He will speak to you when he comes next. Srimati's anxiety poured out in her words. Srimati, I am not worried about Shrikant. I know that he is a good boy and you will live happily with him. I am only concerned about their family and our relationship with them. Srimati, more than a mother, I have been like a friend to you. I would like to give you some advice. In our society, you marry not only an individual but also his family. If I had understood them well, they will never accept you as a part of their family. They will never love you. However, that's not true. It was probably so in your times. Those were the values of a bygone age. Things have changed now. Moreover, after the marriage, I am not going to live with them. I will be with Shrikant and away from them. Srimati, some things in life have remained unaltered from time immemorial. The relations between a mother in law and a daughter in law are always strained. You have grown up as a free individual. You do not possess our patience. I want to tell you that every daughter in law always wants to be appreciated and loved by her in laws. In your case, you will never get that. You will be loved only by Shrikant. Why do you say that? Because their expectations from daughter in law are very different from Shrikant's expectations from wife. Srimati was disappointed. Over the next few days, she could only think about her mother's advice. Why would her mother have said that? She was usually very silent and never said anything bad about anyone. Srimati made up her mind to win over Rama and Gangakka. My Srimati, this is the first time in 5 years that you have missed our letter schedule. What is the matter? I was expecting a detailed letter from you after my return, but you have not written at all. You may have been surprised by my proposal of marriage. After knowing that Vandana is getting married, I was worried that your people would also start searching for someone for you. If that happened, then my Srimati would slip away from my hands and become someone else Srimati. In this fear, I proposed to you. Though I am still a student, you are very precious to me. We have been good friends, and I want that this friendship would end in marriage. In normal circumstances, I would have broached this topic a couple of years after getting a job and settling this topic a couple of years after settling down. But by then, according to our Hubli standards, you would have crossed the age of marriage. The pressure at home would have become too much for you to bear. Srimati, I am aware that our marriage is not going to be simple task. The enmity between our two families is well known. The opposition will come from both the families. I understand that my mother's and your grandmother's spectrum does not stretch beyond Dharwad. But life must move forward. Today things are different. So I hope we will be able to convince them and successfully cross this hurdle. I couldn't talk to you much about my future plans as there was very little time. I am sure by now you know that I am ambitious. I don't want to be an ordinary engineer with a government job in Hubli. I want to pursue my career in the field of computers. It is not necessary for me to go abroad for it. I can do it in India, learning the latest technologies right here. We had campus interviews recently. I have been selected by ABC Technology Limited as a software engineer. They have offered me good salary. Fortunately, my senior Vasudev Shenoy owns a house in Bombay. He is going abroad for 3 years and wants to give his house on rent. He is willing to give it to me. I want to be in Bombay. I am in love with the city. For an outsider, it is a mechanical city with no human relationship. We have to struggle to get even ordinary things in Bombay, including basic entertainment. But still, I like Bombay. It is professional, it respects hard work. The beautiful and easy life of Hubli will not be found here. Will you live with me with all these things? I have written to my mother giving a hint about my job, my house, and my desire to marry. But I have not told her your name. I am supposed to join the job in August. Whenever I am in Hubli next, I will speak to my mother about it. I have a small request. Our marriage should be very simple. Always yours, Shri.